Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads. Thank you so very much for tuning in. As this video suggests, today I'm bringing you my April TBR. These are the books that I hope to finish in the month of April. If you don't know, we are on lockdown in South Africa for at least half this month. It is a 21-day lockdown. It started at the end of last month. So even though we're on lockdown though, I do still work a full 8 hours. So I will be reading during the spare time. If you've seen any of my vlogs, I will have talked about how it has been a little bit easier for me to read since I've cut out the traveling time and the school run, etc. So I have been consuming more books than usual. I'm sure you've seen my April wrap up by March wrap up by now, and you will have realized that indeed I did read more than I have in a very long time. It's not so often that I managed to squeeze in 6 books in 1 month, but I managed to do that in March because by mid-March I was already working from home. So that was exciting. I'm hoping April will give me just as much energy and that the stars will align for me to be able to read all the books that I intend to read for the month of April. As you are already aware, I'm trying to clear the backlog of books that were sent to me by publishers for review purposes that I didn't get around to during my reading slump. So some of my pile this month will be made up of that. So without any further ado, let me just delve into the books that I will be reading for the month of April. If you know anything about me, just before I even delve into these books, you'll know that I try not to know too much about a book before I read it. So usually it's the cover and the title of that is grabbing in as far as my selection of books goes, and sometimes you'll find that I've heard a thing or two about the book, but I don't really keep it to memory, so I try not to remember too much about the book. But we will see what I know about these books and what I do not know. But this is just a courtesy of just showing you guys what's on my pile for the month of April. So what I have already started reading, I started reading it at the end of March, is Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. This truly needs no introduction. I've watched the series, all 3 seasons, and I really enjoyed it. I really was skeptical going into the book because I really don't like doing that. I don't like reading a book after I've watched the movie or the series. However, from the bat, I will tell you that Atwood's writing is absolutely phenomenal. You will get grabbed into this book. It doesn't matter how much of the series that you know, it will be something that really swallows you up, and that's what it's done for me. So I've just started reading it though. I am on page 49 and I see that it is divided into a few sections. Let me see so that I'm completely honest with you guys. It's divided into 14 sections and I am on section number 3. This copy is quite finely, like the print is quite fine, which is also, and very like close together. The sentences are very close together, which is also probably why it will take a bit to get through, but it isn't a long book. It's a little bit over 300 pages. So that's the one book that I've already started. That's book number 1. Book number 2 is The Wedding Guest by Jonathan Kellerman. He's an international best-selling author. I've never read anything by him. I am not sure if... Oh wow, he's got a lot of fiction books out. This book was put in my radar by Stembile over on Instagram or Bookstagram. We were meant to buddy read it together last year, but I never got around to buying it. And then when I saw it in the store recently, I decided to pick it up. Like I'm saying, I know very little about this. The front says, first comes love, then comes murder. So I assume it is a crime thriller. And it will be the second one that I'm reading this year. Last year I read 0 crime thrillers, so it's not really a genre that I dabble in a lot, but let us see how this goes. Then the next book that I'm gonna be picking up is one that's been on my radar for a while. This is Louis Bardugo's Wonder Woman Warbringer. Anyway, this has been in my radar for a while. I understand that it is an adaptation of Wonder Woman. I don't know more than that. I know that a lot of other authors had done similar adaptations, and as far as I can see, at the back here it says superhero meets megastar authors. It's a DC Icon series. So Lee Bardugo did Wonder Woman, and Sarah J Maas did Catwoman. Mari Lu, who also did, what's it's a sci-fi thing though, I can see it in my head, I can't think of the names, but anyway, she did Batman. And then Matt De La Pela, who I've never heard of, did Superman. So I've been meaning to pick this up for a while now, so I'm glad that I finally got to buying it, and it is going to be on my list of books to read for the month of April. Then the next two books that I have on my pile are review copies that I got from publishers. The first one is Black Text by Nick Mhlongo and a series of other authors. This I got from Jonathan Ball Publishers, and then as far as I understand, it's just an unpacking of the whole theory of post-apartheid black communities and the people that actually end up succeeding. And black tax is what most people feel is put on them, in the sense that because they are the first to succeed in a certain generation, post-apartheid, they find they have to carry the rest of the family to a certain level. So the book is called Black Tax, Burden or Ubuntu, and it is edited by Nick Mhlongo, and it has contributions from Dudu Busani Dube. You'll know her from the Hlomu series. Fred Kumalo needs no introduction. Mohala Meshekho needs no introduction. Tankolo Jiga is a journalist. I believe he's with the Mail and Guardian now. Sukolu Nyati, I think, is an author, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't read anything by them. Lucas Ledwaba is a journalist. Sfiso Mzombe, I don't know. Lituto Malingani is an author. And Angela Makolwa is an author. These are just some of the authors that have contributed to this collection. So I will be delving into that in April. And then the next book is a book that was sent to me by NB Publishers. It is also one of the Sanlam Prize for Youth Literature award-winning books. It won gold in the vernacular section. This is a Xhosa book called Dada Sekuxolele, which means Dad, we've forgiven you. It is by Thembisile Kundlwana, and I tried to read the synopsis. Anybody who knows me knows that my Xhosa is very sketchy, but I loved the idea of this young adult book being written in Xhosa, and obviously being easy to read for somebody who really doesn't have any strong command in the language. So I will be reading my first vernac book in April. And the last one is also one of the Sanlam Prize for Youth Literature books. This one won silver. It's called The Music Box. It's called The Music Box by Toby Bennett. And it is also a young adult book, but I don't know much about the story at this point. And yeah, so those are the books that I have lined up for myself for the month of April. These three are by South African authors. So he is in the US, Lee Bardugo US, Atwood, Canada. So I've got 3 non-South African authors, and I've got 3 South African authors to delve into in the month of April. Do let me know what your reading looks like for the month of April, what you plan to read. Will you be reading a little bit more because of the lockdown? Have you found that you're reading a little bit more to relieve anxiety? Because I think that's the reason why I also got to read so many books in March, to be honest, is because this whole global crisis has been giving me a lot of anxiety, and that managed to calm me down. Otherwise, without any more rambling, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if any of these books are in your radar, once again, don't forget to let me know, and we can have a chit chat about it in the comment section down below. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I really do love you guys. Bye now.